What's up, y'all?
What's going on, y'all?
Welcome to the first rendition of the Hawk Session podcast. You dig?
Yeah, buddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm Quality.
I'm Tone.
You know what I'm saying? And we're here, you know what I'm saying, I don't even know. We're here to bring y'all information about life, you know, the workings of the mind.
Everything to better yourself.
We broaden everything.
Everything to better yourself. That's the goal of the Hawk Session podcast.
Well, I mean, Tony, you go and explain to me where Hawk Session came from.
Alright, so Hawk Session came from, me and him both are huge Eric Thomas fans.
Big.
Where every time he posts a video, we send it to each other.
We own it. Like, we
let
each other know.
One of his biggest things besides you want to breathe as bad as you want to succeed is the lion versus gazelle. Which I like his lion versus gazelle, but I can elaborate on it more. So the Hawk Session podcast came from that, where the prey is always running from the predator. So that's where Hawk Session really came from.
Yeah, at first it was the Hawk Session. It was the Hawk Session. But then, you know, it was like a little iffy with that.
Yeah.
You know, and then we kind of, I wanted to take off the because I feel like the was a little bit extra, but Hawk Session, you know, and at the bottom podcast seems to be a better suit fit for this particular thing for the both of us to bring to y'all in the best way. So Hawk Session as a whole is the big thing, and podcast is how we gonna bring it to you in the best way possible for information.
And then on top of that, me and him both run track. And one of the analogies used in track and field, once you get caught in pass, mean you got hawked.
Hawking down, man.
So Hawk Session just really it has many reasons for both of us, but the main reason is predator versus prey.
Sure. I would like to just go into the idea of when it is about, you know what I'm saying, it's not just about the Hawk Session. I know in a bit, obviously I seen the beginning of the podcast, we all talking about the hawk, you know, or even, it ain't even necessarily gotta be a hawk, it could even be an eagle, but hawk, eagle, getting the bunny rabbit and the snake, which are bunny, very sweet, very calm, but a very fast animal, and then we have the snake, very
agile,
sneaky, you know, moving, slick, you know what I mean, but the hawk, that's their prey, and that's what they are after when it comes to food in a different type of protein aspect. Hawk always knows when it is finna get into, you know, eating grounds, what it wants. Always looking. It's not necessarily always in particular of wanting just a mouse or just wanting a rabbit or even just wanting a snake. It's very specific at what it's meaning to do, and it's not about wasting any time when it comes to getting after what it wants. Mm-hmm. And that is, you know what I'm saying, again, that's Hawk Session and what it is. And this is absolutely this podcast. We are being directed in many ways, pointing you in different directions, but actually in a particular direction when it comes to you and yourself and finding out who you are, because that is how we feel is the basis of knowledge. Knowledge is knowing self and understanding you and who you are. You know, we're not about, even though we are both educated individuals, we're not about necessarily educating you. We are about remembering and putting in the idea of knowing who you are, so
and
you can
become level where you want to become.
Most definitely.
So one of my first points I really want to talk about is knowing who you are in terms of the predator versus prey aspect of life. Me and him had conversations back and forth for the last year or so about who we are and who we want to become. And it's the fact that me and him are the same person and we want the same things, but we have different ways of viewing it and different ways of going about it. So with the analogy that Eric Thomas used, the lion versus gazelle, he's a lion and I'm the gazelle. So can you elaborate on why you are the lion?
Yeah. First of all, when it comes to knowing the lion and gazelle, if any of y'all have already seen the Quality and Tone show, you already see that the lion is on my side and the gazelle is on his side. So that's already indication of who we are.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
That's the funny part. And I'm the one that made it.
And
I didn't even notice that.
Even know what my man was making. But, so, when we have our conversation, it goes really in depth, and we've technically discussed of why we've decided to say why he is the gazelle and why I am the lion. I am the lion because I'm necessarily a leader, but I don't like to be a leader. I'm kind of put in that position, but more so why I am a lion. A lion, when it comes to it, is a person that necessarily lingers by himself. Does considerably what is best for a family, even though you don't necessarily think about it in that way. And a lion always loves to hunt. It always is embracing the beast that the lion is, and that's necessarily what I am. I always love the hunt. I always love the action of the beast. You know, some people just bring back another ET quote. Everybody want to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. A lion is always prepared to do what beasts are ready to do, because it is that beast. When you take a look at a lion in its habitat, sometimes you don't always see the lion go for the easy prey. You see the lion necessarily wanting to prove to necessarily itself that it's still a beast in the kingdom. You know, being aware of all surroundings at all times, being okay with being in the back, being okay with just having to be the one to provide and take care of the family and bring back the food for the family. You know, it's not always necessarily about a pat on the back. It's not always about you know, getting praise for what you do, but everybody knows that when you see a lion, oh yeah, we take a couple steps back. We realize that the lion is the lion. You know, you don't necessarily want to mess with the lion. You can aggravate a lion, try and contain a lion as much as possible, but the lion will always look for that beast mentality going forward, and that's necessarily what I always look for within myself. I always love to hunt. I always love being the beast inside my events. So necessarily, that's how I feel that I'm a lion in those qualities. So Tom, why do you feel you the gazelle?
So when you see a gazelle in its natural habitat, it's always majestic and agile. What do I mean by that? When the predator, not just the lion, you got the cheetahs and the hyenas. When they come, the gazelle spots it, knows, hey, I need to get out of this situation, and it doesn't just go past the slowest gazelle. It tries and goes for the slowest gazelle, then that slowest gazelle, then that slowest gazelle. They keeps going back forward and forward and forward, one by one. And once it gets in the lead, it's still not satisfied until that predator is done chasing. So for me, I feel like I never want to be last. Yeah, I'm a track athlete, and winning each meet, unless you are the dog, is not bound to happen. Even the best athletes some of the best athletes always get beat. So long as I chase down and make sure that I'm not last, or make sure that I put my best effort forward, I'm satisfied. So even when I do my worst efforts, I'm like, man, if that lion was here, I would have got took. Now, what do I need to do to change that? Being a predator or being a prey is okay. Even I know we're using the lion versus gazelle because of E.T. and that's who we love. But you also got the shark versus the minnow. You got all these different analogies, even with the polar bears and the seals. If you see a seal and a polar bear, do you not know how agile a seal is once it gets in the water? But once it's on that ice and that polar bear sneaks up on it, it's easy goods. Now once it gets in the water, it's gone. That polar bear is still gonna chase it because he got that dog in him and he really wants to. Yeah, I'm hungry, so I need to go get this food so I can eat. With that seal, like, hey, yep, yep, oh, you got me there? No, you're not gonna. Because I still got that dog in him, like, hey, you're not going to catch me. And that's how I am.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Like, I feel, like, when we actually, like, had this conversation, like, that serious, like, we had to really break it down of why it was important to be either or. Because being a predator doesn't always mean that you eat. It doesn't always mean that you get to eat. And being a prey doesn't always mean that you know, I think as a prey being that may be being attacked, it's always about that little inch that I know that the prey is always worried about of like, dang, I almost got caught. What do I have to do to make sure that the next time I'm not even close to getting caught? You know, I know that a gazelle is always on his toes, even when eating. Always looking out for it, and the lion as a predator has to be very just as agile, just as sneaky, just as prepared to run just as fast as the gazelle is going to run. Because you never know, even going for your prey as a predator, you never know what. Even though you see what you want, you see what you after the feast, you never know how quick. You never know the weaknesses. You never know the mindset. If the hearing is good upon a gazelle or not, going after your prey. And I think that's very important to really realize. You know, being a gazelle I think is more rounding, because the gazelle always has to be more prepared than the predator does. The predator know, oh shoot, I have to eat today. It's not every day the predator gets to eat. There may be days going out that the predator doesn't get to eat at all because of just not being able to get the kill, just not being able to pounce, or just not even able to move just as fast as its prey. And that's always something to think about. I know that, shoot, when it comes to spiders, as a predator, when it comes to a spider, once their prey hits the web, that spider, even though their web is very sticky and very catching, that spider has to be quick. That spider has to be quick to get its prey, or before you know it, they gone. They out of there, because the prey has realized, oh snap, I'm caught. I gotta get out of this as soon as possible. Or I know that, dang, a spider may be coming out of nowhere. I realize this is a web. That's just of nature itself when it comes to being a predator and prey. And that spider has to know, I gotta get my meal, because I know it just landed on my stuff. So it's just being well aware on whether you want to be necessarily a predator or a prey. If you are a predator or a prey, you know, and not everybody is meant to be a predator, not everybody is meant to be a prey. It's just specifically what in you that you know that you are more attracted to and that you're going for. If you are a person that simply wants to be in front because you are very much of a concerning and factor that you don't want to be caught in anything, you're probably a gazelle. There's nothing wrong with that. If you are a person that enjoys the beast mode, enjoys the thrill of going for your kill, you're a lion. And there's nothing wrong with that either. And I think that's just understanding where you fall when it comes to, again, predator versus prey.
You really got to understand yourself when it comes to it.
Most definitely. That's just the you thing.
That was to elaborate more on the prey aspect of it. You got to think about everybody and everything is a prey at some point in life. Everybody and everything. The lion cub was prey when it was first born. You got the hawk eggs. That's prey for others to eat. You got what else? You got like everything was prey at some point, and everything was able to be eaten, and it still is, because us humans are bound to eat everything and anything. So even the lion is prey to us humans for the skin, and they still are on their toes. Yes, they don't, like a gazelle, they don't run. They fight back. But still, they have that instinct of, oh, you trying to come for me? Nah, I'm going to fight back. I know you're not going to be able to get me and hold me like that.
Right. I feel that. When it comes to let's even go even deeper. That on my case, when it comes to being a lion, when going to, I would even say, like, even going into the human aspect of things, when there is a human and a lion facing each other, think about that for a second. That's predator versus predator right there. Because at any moment, if the human slips up, oh, lion is gonna pounce. Oh, you tried to get me? Oh, I'm gonna show you why I'm the beast. Okay, and if the lion slip up, oh, good, I got you for your skin. You know, so that's a back and forth situation. Even when it's prey versus prey, which I think you should even more look even deeper into that aspect. Even more. What you got to say about that, Tom? Because I know that's something. Yeah, prey versus prey.
Prey versus prey, because I've seen in a wild where it wasn't even a wild. It was a television. It was a cartoon where it was like, it was a baby fish that got eaten by a bigger fish, and that got eaten by a bigger fish, that got eaten by a bigger fish, that got eaten by a shark.
Yo. Yo. That's
and that aspect was like, dang, like, just because you eat today, and just because you ate today doesn't mean that you've lost.
Or won. Yeah.
Or won. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
that you won. Just because you gave it your all, and you're like, dang, I ate today. There's a predator still coming after you, like, hey, oh, you thought you was full? I'm about to be full too, because I'm about to eat what you ate and what you are.
That's that. Yo, oh man, wow. That actually took me a minute to think about. That's, a possible of 2 meals.
That's 2 meals.
Or maybe 3 meals.
You got 4, 5, or 6 meals.
If that's happening.
So,
that's crazy.
Just because you gave it your all doesn't mean be satisfied. Once you give your all, be like, all right, cool. What do I need to do to get more? What do I need to do to eat tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day? One thing that irritates my soul is people who are in the situation that we are in and doesn't take the full narrative of what does it take to stay here. I've seen many people come and go because they're giving 50% just coming to practice. That's 50% is just coming to practice. Then you got 60% coming to practice and half doing the workout, half doing the warm up. Then you got people then you got the the 80s and 90s, the 70s, 80s, and 90s of people that be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do the bare minimum. Oh, coach give me the choose the workout today. What's the easiest workout?
Right.
Then you got people that's doing the 100. Oh, so coach said this is the workout today. All right, cool. This is all I'm gonna do.
Right.
Then you got the people that's giving the 110 and 120. That's like, all right, what's the extra can I do? So the people that give the 70 and lower, those are people that irk me, and it's sad to say, but it's people that's professional that do that too. They worked harder in high school and in college than they're doing in the NFL, the NBA, the NHL. That do you not know what I would give to get to that level?
Hey.
Even Usain Bolt, yeah, he ran at 9.58, but he irks my soul because the reason that he quit track wasn't because he wasn't able. Wasn't because he lost and he felt like he didn't have a comeback. It's because he wanted to party.
Hey.
Partying's fun. Partying is okay here and there, but partying all the time is like, you're living for the wrong reason. So having that dog to either be a predator or a prey should be within you. It's within everybody. But you're more of a prey like some plankton.
Hey.
Because you're plankton don't do nothing. They can't swim. They go with the current. They go with the flow. Don't go with the flow.
I'm on the same. That's on the same mindset right there. I think to necessarily piggyback off of there, to think about when it comes to the predator and the prey. We can just get off the lion and gazelle aspect if you're still thinking in that aspect, that's cool. But just think about predator versus prey for a second. Both predator and the prey, they have to eat. I want to use a Lion King reference. If you go back to Lion King, Mufasa explains the circle of life, right?
The circle of life.
He explains the circle of life to you. And you think it's not that simple, but it's really that simple. But in a deeper aspect of that, I think what Mufasa's actually trying to say is, at the end of the day, who is here? Mm-hmm. More so. Because the predator and the prey, they both have to eat. And even going back to what Tone said, when it comes to, prey versus prey, or another one could get 8, another one could get 8, you just don't know who's going to be here at the end of the route. You know what I mean? You could be doing the bombest things. Again, you could eat at the beginning of the day. But is that same animal going to be there, not get eaten at the end of the day? Will they see another day? I think that's very important,
So here's my thing. All prey is also predators at some point in life.
Right.
Yes, I said all predators is prey, but all prey is predators.
All predators at some point.
Also.
Right.
You seen. I went fishing before. I caught catfish, I caught big mouth bass, I caught small mouth bass. Guess what I used as bait? I had worms, I had guppies, I had minnows. How did you catch them guppies and minnows? You threw other fish in there. You threw some chopped up shrimp in there. So all prey are predators. You just use the bigger the prey, the bigger the predator is going to be. Mm. And if you use that bigger predator as the prey, that's going to make you bigger predators.
Oh, even going off of that, thinking even human-like thinking, the bigger the thing that you are going after, the bigger predator that you got to be. The bigger beast that you got to you gotta bring out of you, that you have to develop to go after what you want. Because this big old thing that you want in your life, it's not made for a small beast to come after. You feel me? It like, let's see here. A hippo. You can look up right now what the predator is for a hippo, but I bet you
won't find it.
I bet you probably won't even find it that well.
You won't find
but
it.
I'll tell you this: a bird not gonna go after a hippo. You feel me? A sloth not even gonna go after a hippo. It's not even that they don't eat it. It's just the fact that a hippo big as hell. What? A hippo is way too big for a hawk to come down and want to be like, yo, this is the meal for today.
Hold on.
Oh.
Even if a hawk did eat a hippo, that hawk is going to eat off that hippo till it's rotten, and then the vulture is going to be like, you got the leftovers?
Yeah.
hey, look, see, your stomach ain't going to grind this up like mine. You going to get sick. I'm just going to be fine.
Fine with it. You know what I mean? And that's being aware of you. When it comes to the food chain of animals, the animal is already embedded. Literally, it's already embedded. Unless it's born somewhere else where it's not supposed to be, unregular, not natural. If it's born in this natural state, it already is embedded of what it eats, what it's supposed to do, how it's supposed to do it. And not only is it embedded, they also have parents to understand. I find animals to be they're not dumb at all. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing at all times. Every day is eat. Every day we gotta eat. Every day we have to go get it. We have to go hunt. Okay, Gazelle's always wonderful because all they gotta do is look down, look for some grass, pick it up.
You see with a gazelle, they're like, okay, cool. We ate all the grass in this area today.
Right.
So now we gotta go hunt a different area to go get some grass. Oh dang, that's water. I feel like there's an alligator in this water. All right, can we get the weakest? I don't know how they know. Hey, Pablo,
get up front.
Hey, get up front.
Get up front.
And jump in the water and see if the alligator come for you. Okay, cool. All right, cool.
Right.
All right, he didn't get eaten. All right, come on, let's go, guys. Hey, Sandra, be careful.
Be careful on it, though.
Be careful, Sandra.
And I think that's very much something to be aware of when it comes to being a predator and a prey. You have to understand which one you are. First of all, I mean, yes, no doubt within the animal kingdom, even ourselves as humans going forward, anything we go after could easily turn on us and what I mean by that is it turns on us in the bad way, which means that because we can't get it, puts us down in a bad way. Because it's so big, we think we're not able to get it, and it's not always that situation. It just means that you have not developed the beast correct enough to go after that thing. As a gazelle, you may have gotten chased down so many times. You have not developed the necessary skills and things to do to make sure that you do not get caught from whatever either you are running from or even going after. What I like even more about a gazelle is that even though food is pretty much of an abundance for a gazelle is very specific on what they eat. Okay, it's not every time that you just see a gazelle walking and just picking up everything they see. No, gazelles necessarily would like specific eating habits to be agile.
Yeah. I think that has enough of the energy I need just in case this lion come after me that I see in the corner of my eye. But I'm not gonna make eye contact because if I make eye contact, that means I'm gonna be scared.
Right? On that. I like that too. when one gazelle hits the deck running, the gazelle never. I like a gazelle because it never looks back. That's one important thing I love about him. They never look back because as soon as one takes off, we ain't looking back at nothing. We going with it.
I call it the black person syndrome.
That's That's dang near it too, cause we don't ask no questions. You did. I'm dipping too.
Tyrone's dipping. Hey, I'm going too.
We gonna talk about it when we get to a safer destination. You know what I'm saying?
Why was you running?
What was you?
See, I was just doing a workout.
Yeah. Damn.
Hey, just let you know, we having track tryouts. So do you want to come join or something? like you was running with me.
It was real quick. You know, we just dipped out. Yeah. What was you running for? I just want to test your skills. Make sure, at any point, you could be eating, and then that predator could be right there. Okay, at any point, it could be right there, and you just gotta be aware of complete. That's awareness of whether you are a predator or a prey. You know, we can go on about different aspects when it comes to like a predator and a predator.
We're gonna elaborate more on the next video.
We'll say on the next video we will elaborate more upon it, but just to put that in your minds right now, I want y'all to really think about what does it mean? From what we have said to y'all, what does it mean, and who are you? Who are you when it comes to it?
Learn who you are in the aspect of the predator versus prey, because you are one of them.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as you know,
even so, for the people that's in the corporate world, the predators are the CEOs, the COOs, the owners, the founders. Those are the predators, because they know, this is what I want and I'm going after it. Now the predator, the prey are the people that is working up the ladder. Even the CEO and the CFO, especially the CFO, can move up to be the CEO. So the prey to the CEO is the CFO. So even in that aspect, anybody that's under the owners is a predator versus prey, and find out in the food chain who you are. Welcome to the Hawk Session Podcast.
We here.
We are here.
We'll show y'all the hawk. We gonna show you how to hawk life. Period point blank, because this is the session where we do it at right here. This is where we discuss it, and it's very important for this to get the gears rolling right here. This is to get the gears rolling, because there's gonna be more that we're gonna bring to you. This is gonna be in a whole different aspect of thought process from our point of view, that I think that more of you will find more apparent, because we're young but going through it at the same time. We're young but going through it, or I've already went through it. So we're on the same aspects of y'all. We are on the same, trying to be just as the best as we can be, just as I would hope everybody in this world is trying to be the best that they are. And we want to get these gears rolling within your minds to understand that, hey, we think the same sometimes. These things need to be put on the table for y'all to think about, because life is a predator versus prey situation, and we got to figure out who we are and how to navigate through to make sure that everybody eats and everybody is here at the end of the day. You feel me? So that's what we bring to you. You know what I'm saying? We hawking out here. Get ready to hawk down life. Get ready to be with us when you open up your wings and start to go for it. But not everybody's a hawk, but some of y'all be the snake. Get ready to slip through. Or the bunny.
Welcome to the Hawk Session Podcast. My name is Toon.
I'm Quality. Yeah. Snake or the bunny.